regular magic show tonight, Bay Path University in Massachusetts. That was stupid.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Introduce yourself for the vlog.
Hi, I'm Colin. Amazing. Look, this matches your shirt. Here, put out your hand. Please squeeze out of those two. Don't let go. Honestly, grab one out of the sky like I did. I had a theater major at the last table. You're not a theater major. No, I get. Oh, no. All right, here, toss it over there. Slowly open up your hand. You can do it too. No. You didn't know you knew how to do this. Here's what some people think. They think I'm using my sleeves, but I'm not. I'm using my invisible sleeves to show you what I mean. There's 1, 2, 3. You're laughing at the invisible sleeves. From one hand to the other, using it. I'm going to slow that down. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Did you see it go? It's not as aggressive as slow motion. One last time. Put out your hand for me. I'll take this one. You take those two. Squeeze. The last one goes from my hand. You see it. Okay. So upsetting. Well, I'm honored that I could be so entertaining that you started crying in the middle of it. That was good. She did. We missed that on video, but she did completely go into a ball. Just wrapped up doing teasers during dinner. Almost 2 hours till showtime still. It's Friday, and that means Q&A. What is your favorite magic trick to do? I get asked this a lot. What's your favorite magic trick to do? And the truth is, it depends on the day. My favorite trick is never the one I just performed. It's never the one I've been doing a lot recently. But generally, for me, my favorite magic trick to do ever is the Rubik's Cube illusion. The reason that I love the Rubik's Cube so much is because I started doing Rubik's Cube magic back when very, very few people were doing it. I learned personally from who I consider kind of the godfather or the grandfather of Rubik's Cube magic, even though he's totally not old enough to be a grandfather. A magician by the name of Garrett Thomas. He's one of David Blaine's creative consultants. He was really the kind of the godfather, as far as I'm concerned, of Rubik's Cube magic in terms of leading to what it is now today. And when I was only 18 or 19, I studied under Garrett intermittently, and it was an incredible experience, learning experience, amazing. He taught me personally, step by step, over the course of a year or two, how to perform his Rubik's Cube illusion. And then I continued using it, and over the years, eventually I developed my own little moves here, moves there, the lines, the jokes, and everything developed into the routine that I now do. And until 2 years ago, it was still very, very unique. And then, Rubik's Cube magic exploded. It's a handful of fantastic magicians that have really pushed Rubik's Cube magic further than I could have ever imagined, much further than anything I've done with it. And one of those is a buddy of mine, Steve Brundage. He and I became acquainted a few years before he exploded with first his viral video of him getting out of a speeding ticket by doing a Rubik's Cube trick for the cops. And then he was all over TV shows because of that. Then he went on Penn and Teller and fooled them with his Rubik's Cube magic on Penn and Teller's Fool Us. And then he did really, really well on AGT. And so Steve just kind of like rocketed to the top of the field. And because his thing is Rubik's Cube magic, he has made it very visible out there in the public. So what he's done, and a handful of others have done with Rubik's Cube magic, is take it and push it to a level I had never imagined it could be. And he's inspired me to go back and work harder on my I was kind of coasting on pretty much the routine I developed over the course of 4 or 5 years when I was much younger. So when he started exploding with it, and I was chatting with him, and you know, we're friendly. We're not like close, tight friends, but we're friendly, and we would hang out sometimes and kind of compare notes on Rubik's Cube. His work was so extraordinary that he did push me to learn some new stuff. So Rubik's Cube illusion that I do is usually my favorite thing, if nothing else because it was unique and for a long time, and because it was unique, it was one of the tricks, if not the trick, that helped me get bookings and build my career. I kind of built my career around that illusion. I don't do it as often anymore, because it's become a little bit more prevalent and people are used to seeing Rubik's Cube magic more. It's not quite as unique. And there's people like Steve doing things that are mind-blowing with it. But I still do it in my stage show. It seems to be very popular with my audiences and my fans. So, yeah. Do you get nervous before a show? Great question. No. Okay, I should expand on that a little bit, just a little bit. When I first started, when I was younger, when I was building my career, yeah, of course I got nervous before shows back then. I was terrified. Everybody is. Everybody goes through a phase when they're first learning where they are nervous before a show, and you should be nervous. What you're doing is crazy. The idea of getting up on stage and asking hundreds of strangers to judge you in real time, that's insanity. What happens is, if you ever talk to somebody who's just starting, like they're, you know, just getting the hang of being on stage, a lot of times you'll convince yourself, you'll tell yourself that you're not nervous. You'll say, I'm amazing, and I'm funny, and I'm confident, and these people, they love me. But deep down inside, you're really insecure. We put on this front in order to protect ourselves emotionally from how difficult it is to get up in front of strangers and try to entertain them, make them laugh or show them magic or juggle or sing or whatever it is. Nerves on stage are born out of insecurity. I think always. They're born out of this deep-seated feeling that what I have to say, what I have to do is not worth watching. Somewhere deep inside you, almost subconsciously, you think, why would these people watch me? What do I have to offer them? And that's why you get nervous. Sometimes you get nervous because you're just not prepared, but that you can handle. Prepare more, right? As I said in a previous Q&A, the key to overcoming stage fright is preparation and experience. Preparation you can take care of, right? You can prepare until you have mastered it. But experience only comes with experience. Experience only comes over time. It takes a long time and a lot of experience to develop the self-confidence to believe, to look at a group of strangers, whether it's 5 people, 10 people, 100, or 1,000, to look at those people and say, yeah, I am worth watching. This is something that's worth your time. It's not an ego thing. It's a self-confidence thing. So these days, do I get nervous before going on stage? No. All right, you know what? Those were pretty long answers, so I think we're going to end the Q&A there for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have questions for me about magic or touring or traveling, or leave your questions in the comments.
I would like you to imagine as my 8-year-old son came out of school. He handed me his book bag and, Matthew, I don't know to this day how I caught the hood of his coat quick enough.
I don't know this woman, Kay Reeve, but she tweeted at me the other day that she had referenced me and my TEDx talk in her TEDx talk.
A magician, Brian Miller, he's already done an amazing TED Talk on this concept alone. And as if by magic, he actually looks a bit like my Matthew.
And so I had a chance today to sit down and watch it, and it's about tackling teenage depression. It's a topic that I'm not qualified to say whether she did a good job or not. However, as a speaker, as a presenter, as somebody who's standing in front of an audience and giving one of the most difficult types of talks you can give anywhere, which is a TED or TEDx talk, she did a magnificent job. She was confident, she told her story, she hardly ever flubbed on words. She didn't have a cluttered, obnoxious PowerPoint. Anything she put up on the screen was for a purpose and was clean and was helpful and a good visual aid. Kay, awesome job in terms of presenting a TEDx talk. in terms of being an illustration of how we can do a better job of helping kids, teens, young adults, people who are struggling with depression, trying to at least take that first step to help them. Whether or not what she was saying was based in clinical studies or science, I think that she did an excellent job. I appreciate the little shout out. I'm glad that my talk was helpful or meaningful to you in any way. It's truly amazing, the TED program and the TEDx program, what it's done for so many people around the world. And of course, my talk is about how to magically connect with anyone. And here I am watching a lady I've never met before give a talk in the UK, I believe, and giving me a shout out and hitting me up on Twitter because we had something in common. It's pretty amazing, pretty wonderful. So always remember that our world is a shared experience. What was I have never signed off like that before. I've never done this in real life to anybody. I don't know what that was, but all right.